If I told you that the person I trusted more than my own life turned out to be the biggest betrayer of my life, would you believe me? And what if I said I found out this truth when I had nothing left to lose? Would you believe that too? My name's Ryan. This is my story about a trust that slowly broke me from the inside out. I've always been a quiet guy. Not many friends, but the ones I had, I trusted blindly. One of them was Alex. We met back in college. At first, we were just acquaintances, but slowly he became the closest person in my life. We studied together, hung out together, and shared every secret. People used to joke that we looked like brothers. Honestly, I felt the same. But back then, I had no idea that this bond would one day become my biggest weakness. One day, Alex came up to me and said, "Ryan, I want to start a new business, but I need your help." There was this strange confidence in his eyes. Without thinking twice, I said yes. Was that my biggest mistake? At first, everything was great. We worked day and night. Slowly, our work picked up and the money started coming in. I was happy. Felt like I'd finally chosen the right person in my life. But then, one day something happened that planted a little seed of doubt inside me. I arrived at the office and saw Alex quietly talking on the phone. As soon as he saw me, he hung up. I asked, "Everything okay?" He smiled and said, "Yeah, just a client." There was something off about that smile, but I ignored it. Should I have realized then? Slowly, more weird things started happening. Some files went missing. Some transactions had no records. Whenever I asked, Alex had some excuse or the other. And every time I convinced myself, he's my friend. He would never betray me. But deep down, a fear was growing. Then the day came when my biggest fear became reality. That day, everything seemed normal, but inside, something was about to break. I didn't know my entire world was about to change in just a few hours. I was alone in the office. Alex had stepped out for something. I thought, why not check all the accounts thoroughly today? At first, everything seemed fine, but as I dug deeper, my heart started racing. There were big transactions with no records. Money was being transferred to accounts I didn't know about. My hands started shaking. What is all this? I asked myself. Was Alex hiding something from me? I opened his laptop. It was unlocked because we trusted each other. But what I saw broke me inside. There were files clearly showing company money being slowly transferred to another account. And that account was in Alex's name. The ground seemed to disappear beneath my feet. No, this can't be. I kept telling myself that over and over. But the truth was right there. The person I considered my closest friend was betraying me. But why? I thought maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe there was another reason. Then I found another file. It said, "Ryan must not find out." That one line shattered everything. Was I so blind that I didn't see? I sat down, staring blankly at the screen. There was this eerie silence inside me, like everything was over. But the real shock was yet to come. I kept staring at the screen, hoping this was all a nightmare. But this wasn't a nightmare. It was my reality. I tried to pull myself together. I need to talk to Alex, I thought. But would he tell the truth? Or just another lie? When he returned to the office that evening, I stopped him. "We need to talk," I said quietly. He looked nervous but composed himself. "What's going on?" he asked. I looked him straight in the eyes. "What is all this, Alex?" and showed him the laptop. He was silent for a moment. The friend I knew was gone from his eyes. There was just a stranger. "You don't understand," he said. "Then explain," I yelled for the first time. Was this really the same guy I would have done anything for? He sat down and slowly started talking. "I did all this for you." Hearing that made me both angry and laugh bitterly. "For me? By stealing my money?" He stayed quiet, then said, "I thought you'd never make it. So I decided to do something myself." His words hit me hard. Was I just a fool to him? I looked at him and realized that the person I thought I knew never really existed. "You can go," I said softly. He wanted to say something, but I stopped him. "Just don't say anything more." He left, and I was left standing there, alone, broken, and maybe for the first time, hating myself. That night I didn't go home. I stayed in the office, every corner reminding me of him, every chair, every file, every inch, everything. Can someone really betray another so easily? I picked up my phone several times, thinking about calling him, but each time I stopped myself. What was left to say? Slowly, I realized this wasn't just about money. It was the murder of my trust. I closed my eyes and remembered all the moments we laughed together. When he told me, "I'll never leave you alone," was it all a lie? Or was I just too blind to see? Morning came, but the darkness inside me only deepened. I reached home but couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, the same question haunted me. Why? But there was no answer. Days passed, but I was never the same. I started isolating myself. I was scared to trust anyone again. And maybe that was the biggest loss. Money could be recovered. But trust? Once broken, it's never the same again. But little did I know, this story wasn't over, because Alex was about to come back into my life. And this time, he was bringing something that would change me completely. Almost 2 weeks had passed. I buried myself in work to keep my mind off the incident. But some things, you just can't run away from. One evening, as I was heading home, I got a message. "We need to talk, Alex." My heart started pounding. Was he about to lie again? Or was the truth finally coming out? I thought long and hard, and finally decided to meet him. Maybe I needed closure. We met at a cafe. He was already there. Seeing him, I was a little shocked. He wasn't the confident guy I knew. He looked broken. "Thanks for coming," he said softly. I said nothing. After a few seconds of silence, he started. "I know I messed up a lot. Was this real regret? Or just another act? But you don't know the whole truth," he said. I looked at him. "What truth?" He took a deep breath. I wasn't alone. It hit me like a shock. "What do you mean?" He told me some people were blackmailing him, forcing him to transfer the money. Was that true? Or just another story? I didn't know what to think. But this time, there was something different in his eyes. Fear, and maybe the truth. But could I trust him again? Hearing him, a strange battle started inside me. My heart said, maybe he's telling the truth. My mind said, don't fall for it again. "Why didn't you tell me before?" I asked. He was silent, then said, "I was scared you wouldn't believe me." What irony. Now that he was telling the truth, I still couldn't trust him. He told me everything in detail. How they trapped him. How he lived every day in fear. I listened, but with every word, my trust tangled further. "What do you want from me?" I finally asked. He looked at me. "Just one chance." "Just one chance?" Was it that easy? Was I ready to walk down that road again? I thought for a moment, then quietly said, "I'll help you, but the relationship we had is gone." He hung his head. Maybe that was all he deserved to hear. But deep inside, I was still broken. Was this the right decision? Or was I making the same mistake again? I didn't know. But I couldn't turn back now. The next few days were full of tension. We worked together to fix the problem. But everything had changed. Where there was trust before, now there was only formality. We worked side by side, but we weren't together. Was this the end of our friendship? Slowly, the truth started coming out. The people blackmailing Alex were dangerous. We involved the police. And finally, they.